video. Today, we're going to be doing something that I've never done before. We're doing a long distance bike trip. And we are starting quite far away from where we're going to end up. Because we're starting, and I don't know if you can see it, look, Lebanon, New Hampshire. We're crossing the Connecticut River right now. Whoop, where's the sign? There it is. Lebanon, New Hampshire. It's going to be a 3-day long trip, and we are going to be ending at Crown Point, New York, crossing the Champlain Bridge. So yeah, it's a 3-day long journey, about 120 miles. So I got my buddy Dillon with me, taking this little rascal. So yeah, it's going to be a long 3 days, but we're hoping it's going to be fun. So here we are. We're at the just under Vermont 14 North Bridge here. We're on the New Hampshire side, and we're gonna start and end our journey by the ceremonial dipping of the tires. So we're starting on the New Hampshire side, dipping it in the Connecticut River, and we're gonna end it on the New York side, dipping it in Lake Champlain. So you ready, Dillon? Sure. Here we go. Boom. It's aquatic. All right, now go, go, go. Oh. Alrighty, let's get this thing started.
Baker and Dillon here at the Connecticut River, heading out for this 3-day trip.
Alright, so we are just past a third, coming up on 1/2 way through day one. Here, doing over there. This maniac is still wearing a sweatshirt.
Because I can. Because I can.
Yeah, we're starting to feel it now. The legs are getting a little sore. We've done about 20 miles so far. Legs are getting a little sore. Ass is starting to hurt.
I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but my bag is like roughly like 50 pounds and my shoulders are dying.
Oh yeah.
Have all the cooking gear, the cooking supplies, and whatever you need. Oh yeah, it's just really just...
So, we're gonna continue, I think, so we're heading to a place called Ollie State Park tonight. That's where we're gonna stay. And we're kind of going on a pretty steady ground until we get to the mountain that Ollie's is on. So I think I'll check in another update when we reach the base of that mountain, because that's where we're gonna have to do a lot of climbing to get up there. So we'll check back in with you then. Alright, so I lied. We're doing another little update. This maniac is still wearing a sweatshirt. It's currently, hold on, let me check my watch. 10:56, so about 11 o'clock. And we're about halfway there, which means we're on track to make it there by about 4 or 5. Because we started at 8:30-ish. But we just took a stop. This is I believe White River.
Yeah, that's White River.
We're dipping our little toesies in where we were, and then I saw a crayfish.
There's a crayfish and Baker lost his mind.
I don't like crayfish. Okay, so I lied again. We did an update at the bottom of the hill. We are here. My hammock is right there. Dillon is right there. So we are at the campsite. We ended up, so we took a slightly different route that was about 1.5 miles longer, but also way less hills. Way less hills. Like this one, we literally didn't get a major hill until the last 4 miles. The other one, we would have dealt with hills for the last 20 miles. But anyway, so we're here now. It is 4:44. So pretty good time. I'm gonna finish setting up my hammock, And then I'm gonna go show you guys why we came specifically to this state park. Because this state park has something that not all state parks have. Alright, so I'm concealing it now because we are at that special thing I was talking about this park has. We are in a fire tower.
Sick. Sick.
With, I mean, just look at, hold on. First of all, that's a little unnerving. Especially since the wind up here is really loud. But just miles and miles in every direction. I believe that we came from approximately that direction. I don't know for sure. We're headed, I think, approximately that direction. But again, no way to tell for sure. Got, you can't see it at all. Oh, you can kind of see it in the flickering. Got some English muffin pizzas on the grill. Oh yeah, Kelsey with the lamp save. English muffin pizzas on the grill. Those things are actually really good. This is like my third one. How you feeling?
I'm doing pretty alright. I mean, good food. And we're making nachos tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright, so it is the next morning at the state park. We're still within quiet hours, that's why I'm trying to be quiet. But so now we just gotta change into some fresh clothes, eat, fill up all our water bottles, and we can get headed out for day 2. Which day 2 is going to be a doozy because we have to climb over the Appalachians. So that's not going to be fun. But day 3 is going to be a lot better. So at least we'll have something to look forward to. Dillon's still asleep, so I can't help myself. I'm going to be taking another little trip up to that tower. The fog, bro. It makes it look like it's one big lake. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, so we are all packed up at the site, mostly packed up at the site, ready to go. You know, leave no trace. Can't even tell we were camping there. So yeah, we're gonna get headed on the road. And one thing that's actually interesting, I did the math. Our first day, we did so many miles on the first day that after the first 6 miles of today, we will have reached the halfway point distance-wise. Not time-wise, because we'll probably reach that within the first 30 minutes, and we still have another day and a half. But yeah, I think we're gonna make some pretty decent time today. Despite the mountain. Obviously, if there was no mountain, we'd make really good time. But there is a giant mountain in the way. Alrighty, so we are, I think, just outside of Rochester. We're about halfway up Rochester Gap, which is the road that goes up over the Appalachians. And we are, as you might be able to tell, dying.
Yeah, it's not fun.
But Just cracked open the jerky. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
Got food for tomorrow. We stopped by Shaw's not too long ago. I'm in town, so should be good for dinner.
Bag just keeps getting heavier.
Mm.
But I don't know, today we're actually, considering where we are, we're pretty good on time.
I mean, yeah. I was thinking it should be about, from where we started, about 3 hours, give or take, from Cumberland's. So, hopefully should be there around, give or take 12, maybe 1 if we take a little bit more time. So.
No, it's already 12:30.
Okay, then not. Maybe around 2. 2 is a good estimate, I'll say.
Yeah. Alright, so we're doing another check-in. We are 1.3 miles from what I believe to be the highest point in our entire trip. I think. There is that one peak right after Texas Falls that might be higher, but they're pretty similar. It is 1.3 miles down that road, but it is quite the climb for 1.3 miles. So we're basically going to be walking the whole thing. We've had to walk a lot of hills because, I mean, let's be face it, we did almost 50 miles yesterday. We have to do 30 miles today while climbing and descending a mountain. So when it comes to hills, sometimes you just got to pick your battles. And also, one thing, this is like a snowmobile trail. It said there's a sign that says Route 100 Snow Travelers. And it's breaking off from a road that's already barely a road. It's, you know, gravel, no signage. So, let's hope this leads us to the right place. But yeah. Okay, so we're climbing Rochester Gap in the middle of nowhere. Literally not a house for at least a mile or two. Basketball hoop. What? So, I figured I'd update. It has been almost two hours?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah. About 2.
What is it? Wait, hold on.
It's 2:03, and we thought we were going to get there at 2. So.
2:03. So, no, 1.5 hours. And as you might be able to tell by the glisten of my skin, we're a little worn. That last hour and a half, we have traveled less than a mile.
You can't really see because of the perspective of the camera, but it's like a incline like that. The entirety.
We've been having to take breaks literally every 10th of a mile because of how steep and just awful this trail is. And to think, Google Maps would send a car down here. They would send a car down this. Don't take the Rochester Gap. Take any other gap. Hell, I'd probably rather do Killington than this. This is absolutely the worst part of the trip. Absolutely. That better be one hell of a downhill. So, we made it to Rochester. That gap was just... oh, it was awful. But we got a good, probably 8 minutes of cruising, 35 miles an hour down into Rochester. So, we're gonna look for something to eat. We're gonna stop at Green Mountain Bikes, because I want to get a new saddle. My saddle is so crappy right now that I have 2 shirts wrapped around it and then bungee corded down to give me just a little extra padding. How do you feel, Dylan?
I feel tired and hungry and sweaty. This hoodie itself, you can smell it from 5 feet away. It's bad. It is bad.
Yeah. But we're less than 8 miles out from Texas Falls. So, gotta look at the bright side. Anyway, so we made it to the final camping spot for the trip. Kelsey, where is she? There she is. She stopped by to say hello again. So we are at the Texas Falls in Hancock, Vermont. And, I mean, just the natural beauty of this place. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of B-roll footage, but, well, let's just roll that. Are we rolling? Oh! Fuck yeah! Let's go.
Yeah, Baker, I'm sorry for you preemptively. I'm just gonna, well, different state parks 2 nights in a row.
Actually, no, this isn't a state park, it's a national forest. Touche?
No.
Tushy.
Touche.
How chunky do you guys like your potatoes?
I don't
Thicker
like
than a
potatoes.
Snicker. Actually, no, not that chunky, sorry. I don't know why I said that.
I don't like potatoes, no opinion.
My brain must have just rerouted potatoes and women.
Let's throw shit in the pan.
Why did you
Why do you put the batteries in there?
Why did you throw the batteries back into the woods? They were on the ground. I picked them up because I don't want to leave fucking batteries in the woods, and you just shut them back out.
Because you put them in the fucking pan. I'm not eating double A's. I only eat triple A's or bigger. Or smaller.
Those were triple A's!
I don't know how what a blood system turn out.
Alrighty. Ladies and gents, it is the next morning. This night was a little scarier because we're just in a national forest. There's no actual campsites. We just kind of found a spot. But I mean, we made it.
Yeah, we're fine.
So, today, we got, you got a lighter? But today we have about 35 miles ahead of us. So we have a somewhat calmer journey up to the Ripton Gap, which is only about 3 miles from here. But it's going to be a pretty intense 3 miles. And then the rest of that trip, it's all downhill, basically, to the bridge. So we got to get down. I think we're coming into like East Middlebury.
Yeah.
And so I got to call all my parents, let them know, because they're going to meet us at the bridge. So yeah, I'm excited. Making coffee. Alright. Brought that up to a boil. Pull this out.
Cinematic shot.
Nice morning coffee. so we're climbing up Ripton. What do I see up there? I can't zoom in because I have one hand, but all the way up there, there's a grade reversal sign for a truck. This is the top.
Well, we finally made up the gap of the Ripton Gap, and Baker and I here finally gonna be able to go down that stinking hill we've been talking about the entirety of this trip. How are you feeling about it, Baker?
I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be fun.
There she is! We made it! There's the bridge! We are chugging right along. We are only a few miles away. Oh my god, this feels so good. Dude, 120 miles from New Hampshire to New York, all the way across the state of Vermont. And we did it on 2 mountain bikes in less than 3 days. I'm hoping one of my parents is recording this come across, because I'm just going to enjoy the moment.
Here they come. New York State side of the bridge. 120 miles. But the journey's not over. You gotta wait for us now. Hold on, boys.
Did it! Commemorate this moment.
We did it, guys.
120 miles!
So I'm just gonna let the slideshow play as I talk about this trip a little bit. There were so many points that I just wanted to give up, call for a ride, have someone come and pick us up. There were so many points in this trip where I was just not having fun at all. I was miserable. But looking back on it, all I can think about is, man, I want to do that again. And I would have. I will. We're probably going to do something bigger next summer. But if I could have just turned around and went right back to New Hampshire all the way across Vermont again, I probably would have. But we had school literally 2 days after this. It was a last moment thing. I looked at all the schedules and I realized, man, we don't have any time left. We got to do this. But there's nothing else that I've ever done has given me the same sense of accomplishment and companionship as completing a journey like this under our own power on bikes. Nothing else can give me what this trip gave me. And that feeling of just pure euphoria coming across that bridge. It's indescribable. I absolutely loved every moment of this trip. From beginning to end.